Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Life Without Worry series. Well, like I've said in the last edition, the word or the sentence, the topic, life without worries, it seems looks as if it's worrisome. How can that be a life without worry? Is a person normal? Should it not be a madman that should have life without worries? Well, having considered that question over these years, we have thought it wise to bring people who will come and discuss and find out the possibilities, the reality of living a life without worry. Today, we are focusing on a very interesting topic, and that topic is face to face with the worst situation in life. Face to face with the worst situation in life. As good and as sweet as life is, life sometimes becomes unpredictable for some persons. And some persons is as if whatever thing that happens in their life, they have a first-hand information before it happens. And so they get relaxed. Whatever way you look at life, there comes a time in your life where you are faced with a situation where you say that this is the worst thing that I've ever seen in my life. But the truth is that you face it. Some refuse to face it and they decided to take their life. So we can boldly say that those who chose the path of suicide, they are those who refuse to face the realities of life, the seemingly worst situations of life. So when we say the worst situations of life, we are talking about a situation in life or a point in life where you look at and you say, to you humanly, there is nothing you will do again. You have tried all. To discuss this interesting topic with me today in this studio is no other person than the one-man battalion who has fought many battles, who have come face to face with different kind of worst situations of life and have looked at life face to face, have looked at death face to face, have looked at accident face to face, have looked at whatever thing we could define as worst situation face to face and has dared them and conquered. I'm talking about the resident and district pastor of Living Faith Church Worldwide Incorporated, Winner Chapel, Bansha, and the other person than Pastor Israel Olajumoke. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, that Israel will be looking at the scriptural and spiritual aspect of this topic, facing the worst situation, especially being a faith-based commission, a faith-based organization, how some Christians are supposed to handle the issues, the challenges, the problems of life when they meet it at the journey, on their journey to destiny, of destiny. To also help us in this topic to speak about the medical aspect of it, because worry itself is a sickness. We have in our midst a doctor, a gynecologist, Dr. Tega. I simply call him Dr. Tega. Can we put our hands together for Dr. Tega?
Thank you.
You're welcome, doctor. Sir, let me start with you.
Thank you.
When people go and preach, one of the things they tell unbelievers that if you give your life to Christ, no more problems. That if you give your life to Christ, you have escaped all problems in life. And sometimes when these people now give their life to Christ and come to church, there seems not to be a correlation between what they have been told and what they experience. What can you say to that?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It is true one side
Okay.
and not really true. Life is not from fear, sir. Life is warfare. And Christianity does not remove you from the warfare of life. It prepares you for it.
Okay.
Christianity armed you for it. Christianity empowers you for it.
Okay.
We saw in scripture that the devil sinned from the beginning, so he's a wicked man in 1 John chapter 3,
Okay.
verse 8. So whosoever sinned is of the devil. But for this purpose was the Son of God manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil.
Okay.
And today I sit in a commission where God told his servants, the hour has come to liberate the world from all oppressions of the devil. I joined that man about 25 years ago in the faith, and I joined Christ. I was a Muslim. And I can tell you, Christianity does not exclude you from the warfare of life, which is interpreted in most cases as problems. But after conversion, we come to understand that we call them challenges.
Okay, why is it called? What is the difference between a problem and a challenge?
Nothing. A problem and a challenge is the same. There is no. From the day you were born,
Yes.
you were born into problem. The only difference between Christianity and any other person is your capacity to know how much of a solution you are.
Okay.
So life is warfare. Christianity does not exonerate you. If anybody tells you that after conversion you will never have a problem, it's lying to you. It should tell you that you will overcome. First John chapter 5, verse 4, he said, little children, you have overcome the world. For this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. So Christianity enlists us into the army of this battle, and therein we are empowered. Maybe as the time goes on now,
Okay.
I will be permitted, if I have the God-given chance,
Okay.
to be explicit on that. We are empowered, John chapter 1, verse 12, to become who have been born to become and overcome these problems and solve them. Man is designed a problem solver by God. Remember, creation was without form.
Yes.
And it was void.
Yes.
And there was darkness upon the face of the earth.
Yes, sir.
And the next co-manager of creation that God made was Adam.
Yes.
And he was given rivers to manage. There were problems to him. He was given trees to organize. He was given animals. And he alone named them. And God tested that he has the intellectual capacity which he deposited in him to manage those problems. So Christianity does not exclude you from the problems of life. It only gives you comparative advantage over the rest of the populace who have not met Christ by excellence.
Thank
My
you very
pleasure.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, Dr. Tega, I stand to be corrected, but I can say that almost every week you go to your workplace, that is a hospital, you see people with the challenge, as we normally say, challenge, which our daddy have said that challenge is the same as problem, of health, sickness, and your work has to do with solving these health problems. So my question to you is, what have you seen concerning how people carry this problem, this health problem? How do you see people whenever they come to you, whether in the theater or in the consulting room, wherever? How is the general mental disposition of your patients when they have health challenge?
Okay, thank you very much. Just to simply put, worry is actually your reaction to situations, your reaction to challenges, problems. That's the worry, because what we're looking at here is worry. It's the same thing as challenge. Now, people react to challenges in different dimensions. Suffice me to say that every day, each and every one of us, even those that are sick in the hospital, have one challenges or the other. Now, for you as a human being to be at your best, little challenges put you at your best. But challenges become really challenges when they become overwhelming. And that's where people react to them in different dimensions. Now, what I mean is this. For instance, you have a test to write as a student, or you have a job interview. You won't want to just walk into that job interview without looking at what the position is all about and all that. Why? Because you want to succeed. And by doing that, you get to know more about that position. And because you have a challenge, which is getting that job, you want to put your best in. That now is you making you worry a little about getting the job. And it puts you at your best, getting resources to overcome that challenge. Now, in the other hand, when we talk about worry, talking about problems, where people react differently, it It's when the problem becomes overwhelming. That is, worry, in the real sense of it, you can liken it to anxiety.
Yes.
There are people that are highly anxious. There are people that little anxiety, no problem. Understand? So, like I said, people react to it in different magnitude. And then it's the reaction to it that is different in terms of different people we see every day in the hospital. There's a wide range of reaction, if I must say.
Okay.
There are people that they have, like you can have Mr. A, Mr. B having the same challenge. Mr. A sees it as a little challenge and he will overcome tomorrow. Mr. B sees it as a challenge that, oh, I'm finished and I'm dead.
Okay.
You understand? So there's actually a wide range of reaction to this.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, I try to look at the things that constitute worries in life, and I try to group them into three. Let's say things that have to do with family. Family, from getting married to bearing children and raising those children. So the worry of when to get married, as culturally defined, whether it's late or early, or whether ever going to get married. The challenge of now you are married, now having the fruit of the womb.
Yeah.
Then and after you have scaled through the fruit of the womb challenge, now this your children you have given birth now, how they turn out, whether they are going to be vagabonds, whether they are going to encounter teenage pregnancy, whether they are going to be armed robbers, how to now train them. So when these your children now grow up and it's time for them to get admission, another set of worry come, how they get admission. When they finish school, another set of worry come again, how they get job, and when they get one. So the cycle of family worry is there. Then there is another cycle of worry that have to do with career. Career, from getting admission to graduating, going for NYSC for Nigerians, and then getting a well-paid dream job or business. Then that is have to do with career. Then there is, because it's from the career now, you now get money-related worries. Then the last one, I categorize it to be health and spiritual challenge or worry. Something that have to do, for me, why I say health and spiritual get together is because according to the World Health Organization, that a healthy person is somebody who is both bodily, mentally, and spiritually sound. So somebody cannot be said to be healthy if it's not spiritually sound. So that is why the spirituality and health comes together. Now, the three branches of worry that I see many people worry about in life. Let's take the first one, sir. You never face the worry of getting married because you got married early. In life, you see many people's worry have to do with getting married. Other persons have to do with giving birth. Other persons have to do with raising children. Is that the worst in life?
Thank you. Let me categorically mention here that the capital source, the major source of worry,
Yes.
is ignorance.
Ignorance.
When you do not understand what life means, you are bound to worry. And the only solution to this is to feed your soul with adequate, sufficient information. The food of the soul is information.
Okay.
We are what we are by the grace of God.
Mm.
Nobody can receive anything except it be given him from above. Life is a mystery of divine appointments. Job said, many of the things that are appointed to me, many of such are with him. And all the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes. That's what information does to you.
Okay.
So when you are divinely well informed, that's when you are said to be spiritual. And when you are secularly well informed, you are said to be educated.
Okay.
So if you don't have information, that's why when God wished you to prosper, he said, I wish above all things
Okay.
that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul. The prosperity of the soul, even as thy soul prosper.
Yes.
The prosperity of the soul is the substance the soul feeds on. When a man's soul is well nourished with insights, with the substance of life, and this divine information has to do with divine intention. God said, I know my thoughts towards you. They are not the thoughts of evil, they are the thoughts of good, to give you an expected end. How informed about life are you? God has his perspective to life. This is how God is looking at it. If you say you are a child of God, are you well informed about, number one, the grace you carry? Because by grace you are saved.
Okay.
Now you tell me I did not have worry because I can call those things grace. Not because I was wiser than any. I got wedded when I didn't know how to wed. My marriage could have been termed a mistake.
Okay.
But yet, God's hand was behind me. You know, somebody said before you were born, God's hand was behind you, pushing you through the crowd.
Okay.
So God's hand was behind me. So when I became born again, and I came into Christ, and I came to know things, I started studying my life.
Okay.
Now in God, I now realize that man is not a common mammal. You are a mysterious animal. And the things that were designed to happen to you are divine in nature.
Okay.
In my language, you say,
Okay. So
predestination is a mystery. So if your soul is well fed after conversion, you are well nurtured.
yes.
Every worries of life comes to you as adventure.
Okay.
I have seen to need a thing as adventure, to expect a thing as adventure. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine. How did I get to that point? I have come to see everything in life by divine knowledge as vanity. I call them vanity. One, because when God made creation, he didn't make anything to run by itself. He made man to run everything for him in creation, and I am that man.
Okay, sir, you say something very important. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine.
Because I'm well informed about that.
So, this attitude of it must come, no, whether it comes or not, whether it must come, are you saying that is one of the things that generate worries?
It depends on your concept. If you
Okay.
are saying it must come, what information are you running with?
Okay.
Who is telling you that?
Okay.
Is it your vague imagination? Is it your anxiety?
Okay.
It is your common human pride that feel I must marry because my sister married.
Okay.
Or you are telling yourself, I know I will marry and I must. There is a difference. There are two words of that must.
Okay.
That must may be coming from your agitation. That must may be coming from your confidence, which we call in the school of faith.
Okay.
And it is information that informs your confidence. Sir, I must be rich.
Okay, sir.
And if I tell you I must be rich,
Okay, sir.
I'm giving you that information from the confidence that I have, not from the competition that I have with you because you are rich.
Okay. So, this story of the 3 Hebrew boys that actually support this, if it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine. Now,
Because they are well informed about their God
yes,
and their status in their God
I think they
and
were,
their position in life.
their story confirms this topic. They were faced with a worse situation,
Fine.
and they had an alternative to escape that challenge. The alternative was to go against their faith. But they say God is coming to deliver them. And then they added again that if God does not come and deliver them, that they will not still bow.
They are not talking from assumption. They are well grounded in their God. They must have heard him sometimes. He must have spoken to them. They must have had fellowship with him. They are not talking out of feelings. Feelings don't run life.
So,
People want to use feelings to run life. That is where their anxiety comes from. That
Okay.
is where their worries come from. You must be well informed about yourself. Who are you? And what are you? Where did you come to find yourself? This God you claim to know, how much of him do you know in you and you with him? Because Paul said, I know whom I know. I know whom I believe. And now it is his full persuasion that is informing is confidence and call it arrogancy in the secular world. That I know whom I believe and I'm fully persuaded. And that's what those 3 Hebrew boys did. Okay. That our God whom we serve. And the truth is that even if you think I am not rich, I am still rich in my concepts, and I know I can never beg to it.
Okay.
That is what information does to you.
Okay. So now these 3 Hebrew boys we are talking about, Doctor, we are coming to it. These 3 Hebrew boys we are talking about now. When they faced that fire, and they knew that this was not a computer fire, this was real fire. When they faced that fire, they knew that what was now left was dead.
Yeah.
And they said that this is the worst situation.
Yeah.
We are going to die or we are going to live.
Right.
Whatever be the case, we have decided. That decision eliminated worries from their heart. The decision whether God comes to deliver them or not, they were not going to bow.
Yes, sir.
Eliminated worry from their heart.
Yes, sir.
So what I have gotten so far is that when we are not decisive about who we are, the God we serve, and the outcomes of what we have, when we are dangling,
yes, sir,
we give room for worries. When we go to church on Sunday and we say amen to prophecies, then we come back home and then our neighbor make jest of us, or we receive,
and you succumb,
and we receive messages,
and you relinquish.
Then our decisions get shaken now. And then in the church, we have said the God we serve will deliver, even if He doesn't come and
we
deliver.
We jump together, we dance, we make noise together.
When they now increase the fire, 7 times, when they increase the fire 7 times, we now say, let me cross-check my decision. Then worry coming. It is that point that worry comes in. So when we say face to face with the worst decision, with the worst situation, we are talking about this is the worst decision. I know it is the worst decision, but I have made up my mind. If it is to die, I die with this thing.
Because you are well informed.
Because you're well informed.
We call it revelation.